The Quant token is up over 20% in the past 5 days as one of the largest crypto investment firms in the world shows interest in this altcoin. You can expect to hear about all this and more in today's episode of the Everything Crypto Show. And before we hop into the content, just a friendly reminder that I am not a financial advisor and I do not offer financial advice on YouTube. I am simply here for your crypto news and entertainment purposes. And if you do find these videos informative or entertaining, please consider hitting that sub and like button, as I do appreciate it a ton and it shows me that you are enjoying the content on the channel. Now let's zoom out here and take a look at Quant. Let's actually take a look at a 5-year chart, and you can see that we are once again back above the key $100 area, which has been a magnet for Quant for a majority of the year, except in this most recent downturn in which we actually did see Quant break below that $100 level and come all the way back down to $85. Now, as we said at the beginning of the video, Quant has seen an impressive 20+% rally over the past 5 days, and that is based on the news here that the London Stock Exchange FTSE Index has listed Quant under the GRAYSCALE Crypto Sectors Index Series. Quant is listed by GRAYSCALE under the Utilities and Services category, acknowledging its token utility. Now, for those of you that don't know who GRAYSCALE is, I'm sure you do at this point, but just a quick refresher for why this is so important for Quant. GRAYSCALE is one of the biggest crypto investment firms, if not the biggest, and they do actually have the largest Bitcoin trust in the world. That is GBTC, the GRAYSCALE Bitcoin Trust. Now, for some perspective on how big the GBTC ticker is, if we actually take a look at Bitcoin, after its rally this week of over 22%, Bitcoin sits at a market cap of about $677 billion, and GBTC has about $21 billion worth of assets under management. So we can see here, this is actually the performance chart of GBTC versus Bitcoin. And what you're basically seeing here on the gray line is that GBTC did actually outperform Bitcoin at times and trade at a premium versus Bitcoin. But as of recently, it has been trading at a massive discount versus Bitcoin, as it did appear like the SEC was going to try and block their conversion of the GBTC, or rather the Bitcoin Trust, into an actual Bitcoin spot ETF. Now, that has kind of reversed course over the past couple of days, as GRAYSCALE did get a court order in their fight with the SEC on the Bitcoin ETF, and the move basically sends the matter back to the SEC, forcing them to prove once again why this Bitcoin Trust cannot become a Bitcoin spot ETF. That has been one of the big reasons that the market has been rallying over the past couple of days, and as Bitcoin has been moving up, it has been bringing the rest of the altcoin market up with it, and Quant here has definitely been a very big mover. Now, it's interesting to note that while GRAYSCALE and the GRAYSCALE Bitcoin Trust is obviously the big piece of news that everybody is paying attention to at the moment, GRAYSCALE does also have some interest in Quant under the Utilities and Services Index. So here is the FTSE Russell. This is a London Stock Exchange business, and basically they say the FTSE GRAYSCALE Crypto Sector Index Series offers you a new way of thinking about the digital asset market, providing a comprehensive framework that allows you to measure the performance of the expanding crypto universe. The index series seeks to bring clarity to this rapidly evolving asset class by identifying 5 distinct sectors that can be used as a roadmap to navigate the digital asset universe. There is currencies, smart contract platforms, so that would be your blockchains, financials, consumer and culture, and then utility and services. And Quant definitely does fall in the category of a utility token. So they say here that an overreaching governance framework has been established to effectively oversee FTSE Russell digital asset indices. From pricing data to index maintenance, FTSE Russell and GRAYSCALE will reassess the sectors and their constituents quarterly to reflect the dynamic nature of the crypto asset class. So here's the sort of like the breakdown for the GRAYSCALE Utility and Services Crypto Sector Index, and this includes digital asset network protocols and applications that seek to deliver practical and enterprise level applications and functionalities. And here is the actual index white paper. that is actually covered on their index. So the most important thing to note here is that although Grayscale does have their Bitcoin Trust, this is not a publicly traded fund. You can see here that the objective of these indices is basically to measure the performance of crypto assets that seek to deliver practical and enterprise level applications and functionalities. So essentially, this is basically used to monitor and track the assets of a pool of different cryptocurrencies that Grayscale puts in the utilities and services sector index. Now, I do hope that in the future, this could actually lead to a publicly traded fund or a publicly traded exchange product like an ETF, especially if we do see it begin with the actual approval of a Bitcoin spot ETF. Hopefully, this leads or kind of opens the door to future ETF products from Grayscale that does include some altcoins. I think it makes the most sense that Bitcoin comes first and then Ethereum comes second as a spot ETF. But beyond that, if Quant does become a very big project, it would be nice to see it actually join an ETF along with some other cryptocurrencies or altcoins that are still big by the time they do, potentially get this approval in the future. So what we can actually see here is taking a look at the breakdown of the utilities and services ETF. Let's take a look at the top 10 constituents. And right here we can see that the first place is Chainlink coming in with a weighting of 7.6%. And then we have Quant in second place with a 5% weighting. Now there is also Filecoin with a 5% weighting, Lido DAO with a 4.9% weighting, VeChain at 4.4%, The Graph at 3.7%, Theta at 3.3%, Render Token at 3%, IOTA at 2.9%, and Rocket Pool at 2.8% of the weighting. And that only accounts for 42.4%. So I don't know where the other, so I guess the other constituents, they're not listed, but these are the top 10 right here, with Chainlink and then Quant and Filecoin being tied for second place. So very interesting to see that Grayscale has in fact gone ahead and made Quant their second biggest holding in the utility and services sector. And Grayscale has been in crypto for a very long time. And if they are going to make Quant the second largest cryptocurrency weighted in the utilities and services crypto sector index, I assume there was somebody behind the scenes doing the research that opted to make it the second largest weighting within this index. So definitely some interesting news for Quant in my opinion. As we can see here, it has had a pretty nice bounce with the rest of the crypto market. And we're going to take a look at the chart here, because if we just take a look on a year-to-date basis, I mean, we can see that Quant has been getting continuously rejected at this bull market support band, okay? So we started the year actually breaking above it, and then boom, we broke down below it, and since then we got rejected once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5, 6, like 7 times we got rejected at that bull market support band. Now, at the moment, the bull market support band for Quant sits at $99, and we are sitting at 103, meaning that this may officially be a weekly close above the bull market support band. And this $100 area is the big area that I have really been keeping my eye on when it comes to Quant. $85 is the blue line we did have marked here for a while as a very strong area of support, and we had not been down to this level since basically September of last year. So it pretty much took a whole year for Quant to round trip down to this level, but that was after going on a really nice run from 85 up to 228, now all the way back down to 85, and Quant is once again making its way back to the upside based on this 5-day performance. Now, we're also going to take a look at the Link token as well, given that it was number 1 in that utilities and services index. And Chainlink here is also one that has had a very impressive 5 days. So let's take a look at the 5-day chart for Chainlink, change it to percentage, and we can see Chainlink is up, almost double what Quant is, so up about 45.8%. So Chainlink definitely has had a very nice performance. Now, over the long run, if we take a look at all-time performance, Quant has actually had a much better performance than Chainlink over a long period of time. And additionally, if we just take a look at their performance from the bottom of the bear market, I think that's also a pretty important way to actually value, take a look at their performance, right, would be from the bottom of the range to the top. So we can take a look at, we can take a look at Chainlink here from the bottom. And we can see that it's coming in at a gain of give or take about 142%. So a really nice run for Chainlink there in terms of, from that bottom to the price it's currently trading at. And then let's take a look here at Quant, and if we actually compare it from that bear market low of about $41, it is up also about 145%. So both of these projects, have basically traded, on an equal percentage gain from the bottom to where they are currently sitting. I do think it's also worth mentioning that if we take a look at Bitcoin from its bottom to where it's currently trading, that is sitting up about 123% from that bear market low at 15.5K, currently trying to get itself above that $35,000 range. So on that note, I hope you did enjoy the content in today's video. I am wishing you all an amazing Thursday, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace out for now.